All right. Hey, everyone. I am here with Sam Staskal. Hey, Sam.
Hi,
How are you?
good. Thanks for having me.
Good, no problem. And she is in real estate out of Wisconsin, but what city is it?
Platteville.
Yeah,
Don't worry if you don't know where it is. Most people don't.
just if you have a referral for Wisconsin and you think Sam's a good fit, definitely send it over to her. Now, the reason why we wanted to bring Sam on is I'm sure that most of you recognize her face from her video that went viral when she was doing a showing, which was hilarious, by the way. I'll post that if people didn't see it. I feel like everybody in the world saw it.
Yes, there's been over 16 million views
That's a
so
lot
far.
of people. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So we wanted to talk about just some tips on using video to build your business and build your leads and referrals. So what did you always just do videos or how did you even happen to do that one? That was so funny, by the way. You're hilarious.
I did videos very sporadically.
Okay.
Just like if I had a new listing or just maybe once a week, not very regular and not anything special, you
Okay.
know. Um,
That's how we all do videos. Just like
yeah,
I feel like
it,
doing it.
right. It's something I definitely am working towards getting better at of being more consistent.
Yeah.
And in fact, before my video went viral, my managing broker at the time had challenged me, and she was going to do it too. We were going to do 60 videos in 60 days. 60 days.
Wow. Were you nervous about like what you were going to talk about or like what went through
Oh,
your head?
well, I had a whole list. I had made up a list. I mean, it only took me like 5 minutes to come up with this list of 60 video topics that I was going to do, like covering inspections, working as a buyer agent, just
Whatever.
typical real estate stuff, yeah, just random topics.
Yeah.
So I had that list and I was on probably like day 3 and I had this incident happen at a showing. So I like quickly, keeping in back of my mind that I have to do a video today, I made a video of my reaction to what happened to me falling in front of this guy.
Right.
And I have to say, prior to that video, I
Uh-huh.
probably had 250 followers on my business page.
Okay. That's
After that video went viral, I have over 100,000.
wow.
Right, that are interacting with me consistently
That's
on
awesome.
my Facebook business page. It's not just that they're there. I mean, they're still interacting very much
Right, right.
on there. So I think the power of video, and they've been saying this, I've had it said to me a million times before
Yeah.
this happened, that video is like so powerful. And especially for like advertising, if you think about social media compared to the cost of a billboard,
Yeah.
you can advertise on social media very specific and very targeted to whatever audience you want to speak to. Where a billboard, it's just a flat, you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
graphic. It's not really telling a story at all.
It's
So
not
a
that.
video is cheap
Yeah.
and to run these ads. And I don't think everybody takes advantage of that, including myself. I've gotten better at it, but
Mhm.
it's something I can still improve on.
Of course.
And I had somebody yesterday, I was doing a live and he says, how do I find an agent that is truthful and personable?
Mm.
Honest. He was looking for an honest agent.
Mhm.
And I think all of us agents have this idea in our head that when we make video, it has to be perfect.
It
It has
doesn't.
to be perfect. It
Right.
has to be scripted. It has to be perfect. It has to be to the point,
Yeah.
and when we do that, we're making it way too serious that it's not relatable,
Right. Yeah.
and I found that when I do videos like that, they don't get the response of me just sitting here talking like I'm talking with you.
Yeah.
Much more powerful when people can feel your energy and they can see that you're authentic and that you're
Yeah.
personable
And
and
like get to
real.
know you as a person
Right,
and like see like your little quirks or whatever.
right. And
Yeah.
I think it eliminates a lot of their legwork. I mean, you don't have to interview multiple agents if you're able to watch their videos and you can hear their voice and you can hear their
Right.
enthusiasm and know what they're passionate about.
Yeah.
It saves you the trouble,
Yeah.
and if they're scripted and serious, then they might not be the fit for you. Or maybe they are. Maybe
Right.
maybe you want somebody that's very scripted and serious and
Right.
and that's fine too.
Mhm.
But at least with video, you get yourself out there and people start interacting with you and they get to know you.
Well, and I think a lot about what you said too. It's like in that video and in your other videos, you are very you. And like
Right.
nobody else can be you, right?
Yes.
But like, yes, you come through. And I think that's exactly the key. No matter who you are
Mhm.
or how you are, it's okay. Just be you. And you
And
will
be authentic.
attract
Yes.
customers that are like you. And then your
Mhm.
business it'll be so much more fun.
Yeah, and it's definitely easier than trying to put on this charade of being the
Oh,
perfect agent,
what a
and
pain.
like swear words slip into my video and I apologize. I know there's plenty of people that are against cussing and I wish I was one of them. you know, but every now and then it kind of slips in and I'm like, but it's me, I it slips out,
Yeah.
I do my best not to do it, but it happens,
Right.
so it's real. This is what you're gonna get, you know.
So did you keep doing that challenge then after that happened? Like it happened right away, right?
Yeah, I was like on the third video. But yeah, so that kind of put it on the back burner because I've kind of been like doing podcasts and doing different direction. I kind of go in a different direction and I
Mhm.
moved with a different broker.
Oh yeah,
So
your podcast is launching on to Wednesday.
tomorrow,
Oh
yes,
yay. What is it called?
yes. It is called Funny Things That Happen to Real Estate Agents.
Huh. I wonder
And I'll be having,
about that.
yeah, other agents come on via Zoom
Nice.
and share their stories as well. So we can all laugh together because I'm not unique in what happened to me. Well, I am unique, but I mean, there's crazy stuff that has happened to everybody that's in the business.
Oh my gosh.
We've all had an experience that, just rocked our world and made us laugh hysterically,
Right. Right.
and I'm sure there's some out there that are a lot funnier than mine, I've heard
Yours
some.
is pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, and it's all in the telling too,
Sure.
but we can all relate to it. Like when any agent tells me a story, I can totally relate. And I can tell them, oh yeah, this one time this happened to me,
Right.
something similar, because we all know.
Right.
And that's part of being authentic and what you put out there, you
Yeah.
know. So
Well, I
it's
like
it's
it.
well
So
received.
are you, if anybody, are you looking for guests?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
if people,
So if any
uh-huh.
real estate agents have any funny stories they'd like to share with me and be on the show, it will be airing live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and my Facebook page.
Awesome.
But then it'll also be uploaded as a podcast. So I mean, it's great exposure for you.
Yeah.
We can all laugh.
Yeah. That's
There's
great.
nothing better than laughing at ourselves. So and I can laugh at you.
Instead of people laughing at you for a change. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's
What's,
okay. I can laugh at me too. Yeah.
what's the best way to get a hold of you if they're interested in telling you the story?
If they're interested in being on the show and telling a story, they can email funnythingsre@gmail.com.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's
Yeah.
it.
And then if they follow me on Facebook or YouTube, they can see the live videos there
That's awesome. It's going to be on your personal Facebook page or your
on
business?
my business page,
The
which
business.
is Sam Staskal Sells. It's Facebook/Sam Staskal Sells.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. So what's
Yeah.
next for you? So are you doing another video challenge or what are you doing?
Um, I'm challenging myself in 2021 to spread kindness. So
Lovely.
I'm doing a lot of more personal contacts with people.
Mhm.
So I watched this other speaker for uh, another realtor that saw my video invited me to go to this training online. I'm
Yeah,
like, sure, I got 30 minutes, why not?
sure.
And I'm so glad I went because I don't remember the speaker's name, so I can't give her credit, but this was not my idea. I got it from somebody else. She recommended doing a 30 by 30.
Okay.
And you're probably asking, what's a 30 by 30?
Was
Well,
fun.
that's 30 minutes a day for 30 days that you're going to meet with one person.
That's awesome.
So I've been doing it every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, meeting with people all over the country.
Mhm.
They're not all in real estate. That doesn't matter. It's all about making the personal connections and
Anybody.
anybody. Yes, I talked to an older retired couple in New Hampshire. I think they're in New Hampshire. I talked to a single mom in Texas. I've talked to a couple
That's
real
so
estate agents all over.
I love that.
Yeah, and yes, I gain a lot from it because it gives me good practice in talking to people I don't know, which
Right.
as an agent, what better thing can you do than get really good at
How do
talking
you
to
start
different
that
personalities?
conversation without them thinking like that you're weird?
Well, I am weird.
How are you like, hey, you want to do a coffee thing? I don't know you.
Well, I made a video and I
Okay.
put a post out there
Exactly.
saying, I am starting a 30 by 30 in January 2nd.
Okay.
And I told them straight up, I'm going to meet with one person a day for 30 minutes via Zoom, FaceTime, whatever works for you.
Right.
Or if you're local, we can meet for coffee.
Hmm.
And I said, message me if you're interested. I had my calendar full in less than 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And then I had people asking, can I get on your February list? So it was, and the agent that took me to this training or invited me to this training, she did the same. And she's a sweet girl. She was really nervous about putting herself out there
yeah.
on social media. She's like, what if nobody signs up? I'm like, who's going to know?
Right. Nobody
Nobody's
will
going to know.
know. Yeah.
Nobody will know.
Right.
You just put yourself out there and trust me, you will be rewarded.
Yeah.
And she did. She finally, you can tell she was really nervous putting it out there. She put this long video and she put it out there and it was well received too. I think so many people are lacking that personal interaction that we're used to having prior to COVID, that just these strangers I'm talking to are, we don't have trouble filling 30 minutes with conversation.
No, it's so easy.
Right. It comes so easy with all of them so far that I've done. And they're all like completely different, different topics. And, like I talked to this guy, I love this guy in Minnesota I talked to. He was originally from Ireland. Great guy.
Cool
I mention him a lot in my videos now because he was so wonderful. He freezes fat for a living.
Oh,
so I'm like learning about that. I'm like, tell me more.
A
does
lot
that
of
work?
that?
Yes. Does that really work?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been great. And I recommend anybody in any business, or even if you're not in business, reach out to people and be on that personal level with them, because it goes so much farther than any ad I could run or any mailing I could do. Just having that personal contact with people is so much more.
Yeah, it's a lot better. And I think too, if people are nervous, like the easiest thing would, as you're receiving like friend requests on LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook, be like, yeah, I'd love to connect. Let's do like a virtual coffee. I mean, literally every time I've done that, nobody has been like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's so weird, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, I did get stood up a couple times, but I was like, well, I can't believe they stood me up. But they were all technical issues.
That's always how it is.
So my feelings aren't hurt as bad now, because I found out that they just couldn't figure out Zoom. So I said, okay, let's make this easy. Let's reschedule and we'll do it on FaceTime. They're like, oh, that's much easier. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me that?
Yeah. Well, and I think too, what you're saying is like this, you did the videos and you went viral, which is awesome. And I don't know that like a lot of people, like they might think like, well, I probably wouldn't do that. Right.
Right.
But the fact is like you stepped out of your comfort zone. You set a challenge for yourself. You set the challenge around something that you felt like you wanted to do, like you were interested in doing video. You set the challenge, and now you're meeting all these wonderful people. Do you have a sense of how it's what that's done for your business?
Surprisingly, locally where I work, there's a ton of people that have not seen the video.
Really?
It's gone like outside of the area and farther.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah. Yes. But I have gotten a couple listings from it.
That's great.
In my local area that I saw it. One was just like a week ago. This woman
that you think you never would have gotten?
No, I wouldn't have.
Because you didn't even know them.
No, I didn't know them.
Right.
And I'm sure they know other agents, but the wife had messaged me on Facebook. She's like, hey, do you do this area? I'm like, yeah, I do, and she's like, can I give your number to my husband? Because I told him he has to use you. So she gave him my name and number, and the guy calls me and says, my wife says I have to use you. And I'm like, great.
Perfect. Great.
So that's right. You'll like me.
Don't worry. Everybody likes me. That's awesome. That's so good. And like, even if it's just like a few houses that you can directly dotted line link, there's so many other ripples happening that that have yet to be seen, I'm sure.
Well, and I've been on a lot of podcasts and a lot of Facebook.
Yeah, like we never would have met.
No, exactly.
Right.
And my partner is in Arizona, and I would never have met her and connected with her for EXP had I not gone viral, and had she not like cold called me.
Right.
So I mean, there's a lot to be said with. I know everybody says you hate cold calling.
Yeah.
I hate cold calling too, but I'll cold call you on a Zoom.
Right. Exactly. I know.
I don't know why it is. I feel so much more comfortable on camera than. Sorry, my kid's screaming.
That's okay.
I'll get you more in a minute. Spilled this coffee and he needs more.
Coffee.
Okay. Sorry.
But he can't get his own coffee, but he's drinking coffee.
A 5-year-old ever, and I apologize. As you can hear, he's screaming. I'm so sorry. We've been on quarantine because not strict quarantine, but they can't go to school because we were directly exposed to somebody like
Oh no.
almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We don't have it.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad.
So I've been stuck home with all of my kids. It's a challenge.
There's too many.
So what was I saying?
We were
that I wouldn't have met.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met Angela, my partner. Can you hear that screaming?
It's okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't have met Angela had my video not gone viral. I wouldn't have met you had my video not gone viral. But talking to so many different people, like I was talking about cold calling. I can't cold call people. I hate cold calling people. But I could message them and say, hey, do you want to meet me on Zoom?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm totally fine with that. Like,
right.
I don't even know what you look like, and you're just gonna pop up on my screen.
Right.
And I'm like, hi, you know.
But there's so many ways to be successful. It's about like picking the ways that are authentic,
right,
and then maximizing that, you know.
Right. And I think Zoom is much more personable than a phone call. They can see you, they can react with you. I mean, they don't even have to, some of them don't even turn their cameras on for my 30 by 30, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had a couple that didn't turn it on, and I'm totally fine with that. Not everybody's comfortable on camera.
Right.
That used to be me.
Yeah.
I used to like, oh, I don't have makeup on today, I can't do a video. And that was my main drawback from not doing my 60 days of 60 videos. It's like, I have to put on makeup every day, you know?
Oh,
well, there's this lovely thing called Snapchat. And they have filters that make me look like I'm wearing makeup, and I can do like a 60-second video and be done.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that definitely, and then, you know, I've been working on, I'm working on this year, scheduling out my social media. It's something I've always tried to do, but I failed.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to schedule out my videos and my posts on, so it's more regular. I want people to see me more regular, because I tend to have highs and lows where like this week I've posted a ton of videos.
Yeah.
You know, and then the rest of the week I probably won't post nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so I need to get more consistent on that. Right. And I think there's a lot out there targeting real estate agents on building out their calendar.
Yeah, there is. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you being on, and it's fun to hear like people's stories, and it's like we all have the same nerves. So it's cool to see like I had the same nerve and I was successful doing it. And it look, and not only that, it's like all these other benefits that I never would have even thought of. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
That's great. And somebody told me the other day that in order to have the more people you meet and interact with, the more successful your life.
Yeah.
Is basically what they said. And it's so true.
Yeah.
It is, because people bring you so much more value if you let them.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like in meeting people, it's like we're actually more alike. We're all more alike than we are different.
Yes. Yes.
Also, which is interesting. And if you never actually sit down and chat with somebody, you would never know that, because maybe you're thinking they're one way based on how they look. But people are surprising.
Yes.
They're not always as they appear. They're often not what they appear.
Right. They're also often much better. Yeah. Much better than what we assume.
Exactly. Yes. Cool. So just to recap, you do Wisconsin. If anybody has referrals there, your podcast is called Funny
Things That Happen to Real Estate Agents. It's long.
It's already funny.
We might have to shorten it.
You might have to. That's okay. Well, we went through a name change on our podcast recently. Yeah, we were like weird name. It wasn't weird. It was just had hyphens and stuff like that. And now Realtor Fight Club. That's a lot better. So
I like that.
It'll evolve. Yeah. And then they can find you all over social media. It's like with your name. And it's Samantha, not Sam on most of your social, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's Samantha. Yeah.
I think my business page is Sam Staskal.
Okay.
Sells, but the rest of my stuff is probably Samantha.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Well, thanks a lot for being on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And it's been very nice talking to you.
Have a good day, Sam.
Thanks.